The whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. This is my testimony. This is my testimony. If I take you back to a point in my life when I was little, when I first got into music, probably was like Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. Between Run DMC and LL Cool J, Queens, they set a strong impression on us. I didn't really feel like I wanted to do it until I had the opportunity to go into the studio with Jam Master Jay. I ran into Jay at a nightclub, so I got out the car and I was like, well, all right. 2 days later, I caught up with him in the studio in Rosedale. I wrote what I thought was a song at that point. He listened to it, he liked the content, but he was like, yo, the hook, like, this is garbage. He kind of conditioned me and gave me my song structure. When his touring schedule with Run DMC became hectic to the point that he couldn't focus on me, I went outside of that. I remember a guy from the barbershop called me and introduced me to Corey.
I was over there getting a haircut and sitting outside, me and a friend of mine. 50 comes walking around the corner. He walks up to the car and he's like, yo, what's up? You Corey, blah, blah, blah.
And Marky D from Fat Boys, he was actually in the car with Corey, and I gave him my tape, and he put the music on.
My phone rings.
Corey was on the phone.
Telling him, rap to him while I'm on the phone real quick.
And Marky was busy doing something else. The song went off, and he was like, it's cool, what you think? And Marky was like,
yo, you all right, man, you all right.
I was like, give me my tape, man. He's mad old school.
Hey, he gave him the you washed up look.
And I just left.
I went back in the barbershop and I asked my man,
yo, who is he? He was like, nah, son, it's the real deal.
I talked to Tone Polk or whatever. We were all going to like a whole writer's retreat up in Bearsville, New York. And, I decided, like, let me call 50 and bring this guy up there.
And he came and he got me, took me to Bearsville, and I recorded 36 records in 18 days. As I recorded all these records, the Trackmaster offered me a deal, that was like a $250,000, and it had $65,000 that they were willing to give me in advance. So out of the $65,000, Jay absolutely had to have $50,000. So after that $50,000, the attorney charged me $10,000 for negotiating the release with Jam Master Jay and signing me to Columbia, and I had about $5,000. I spent the full year at Columbia as a record company, walking around, figuring out what people's job functions were. I was like an intern that you couldn't send to the store.
If I was working on another project, he'd see what I was doing, just to see if there was anything there that he could learn from.
There were times where 50 would get extremely frustrated. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on with my project?
When I made How to Rob, that was out of desperation. And I created a record, and I mentioned everybody who was relevant on the record. And I figured that their base would be interested in it based on them actually being mentioned. And it worked. Because I was by myself and I was doing so much, I was saying How to Rob, I could kind of count on somebody getting out of line, or if the possibility was there. We're in the Hit Factory, and Ja Camp comes up to the actual studio, and they like in the hallway.
So knock at the door.
So the engineer calls me, she's like, yo, you nervous, right? So he called me out the room, like, yo. He said, yo, they want to talk to you.
The door opens, maybe 15, 17 dudes running the room, lights go out.
So we get into the actual fight in there.
And it is a straight melee.
One of the guys in the actual room got stabbed in his chest, the DJ. After the fact, like Preem, they felt like I should be in control of the situation based on their perception of me on the street level. They wasn't understanding that I didn't have the money to pay the DJ. So they felt like when he was making a decision to try and get what he can get out of that, from whichever way, like as he pressed, like was going to press charges, in order to try and go after him on the civil level, they felt like that was me doing that.